welcome back to another Power Rangers Lightning Collection review, and today we have got the Lightning Collection Remastered Red Ranger. So this is something that a lot of people were asking for, and it's definitely a strange way of going about it. So the Dragon Shield was not included in the green, which we all know, and if you've seen my other video, you'll know why. But on this occasion, it does come with the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. So for anyone looking for this figure, it is definitely a good alternative to having the 2-pack. And the difference in the price of getting this and then just to get the 2-pack to have the Dragon Shield Red is a massive jump. The Jason 2-pack is going for around about the 150 mark in the UK. This is £33.99, so a massive difference there. For me, this is number 5 out of 6, and I have got number 6, which is Kimberly. I will be reviewing soon. It is a shame that we got them all hitting at this same time, that I haven't been able to space out the reviews, but I wanted to get this out for you guys so you can have a little look. But before we do that, we will have a little look at the box. So we've got the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Remastered logo at the top, along with our 30th anniversary in the corner. A nice bit of 30th anniversary artwork in the corner here of Jason with the Dragon Shield, and showing a nice digital render of the figure on the front. On this side, we've got our nice Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo at the top, telling us what we're expecting to get in the box, with a little bit of digital render of the figure holding his morpher and wearing his shield at the bottom. On the other side, we do have the Power Rangers 30th anniversary artwork, and on the back we've just got our digital render of the figure, and it is showing us what we get inside the box. So we've got Jason, which is a 6.1 inch figure. Comes with his morpher, 3 versions of the Blade Blaster, his power sword, some effect pieces, 2 extra sets of hands, a Dragon Shield, and 2 armbands for the Dragon Shield. And taking a look at the figure out of the box, so straight away this is an absolutely beautiful figure to look at. Unfortunately, I do have a little bit of marking on the shield in the corner, but not enough to bother me to send it back. The helmet does look nice and very high gloss. Obviously you can see that the neck is white where the box showed it was red. The figure obviously doesn't come with a red neck. I don't know why they've made that mistake on there, but whatever. The coin in the morpher is stamped in very nicely, and the pinstripes don't look too bad on the belt and the holster. So moving on to some articulation, his head is a little bit wobbly, but it's not too bad, but it does do a full 360, and it looks up and down a tiny little bit. There's not a whole lot going on there, and it seems to be that the helmet does go down quite far, so it restricts it from looking up, and it doesn't appear to be the shield that's causing the hindrance. It does have butterflies on the shoulder underneath that shield, and the shoulders do move up and do rotate around if you want to hold it at the joint. It does have the upper bicep swivel, so it does a full 360, and he does have the double jointed elbows, which are pinless, so they are on a new body mold. The upper torso is on a ball joint, and he does have a decent ab crunch. Unfortunately, he has drop down hips. I really don't like them, and his upper thigh can rotate a full 360. His knees are double jointed and pinless. We have a full 360 rotation on the cut of the boot, and then the feet do move up and down and are on an ankle pivot. Now he does come with some accessories, but the civilian head for Jason isn't one of them, and I can fully understand that they've given us the options to have these removable items which we can share around, and I will go through later, so I do understand it. And for most people that are buying this, it's most likely that you've probably got a spare Jason head rolling around somewhere in the box. So originally this comes out of the box with a couple of grab hands. Now this is the morpher hands, and because I've had this for today, I have been playing about with it a bit. I have changed them over. So these are the morphing hands, and they do sort of come together and have a bit of articulation where you can put them together to hold the morpher. But as I said, it does come with 2 grab hands, 2 closed fist hands, the blaster in his gun mode, which does have a hole for effect pieces, Blade Blaster in a sword mode, and a holstered mode, and this just fits in the holster very nicely like so, and you are ready to go. He also comes with an upgraded version of the sword, so this is another version of the power sword, but it does come with a couple of upgraded paint applications. So we've got the gold on the handle there, and the green gems just at the bottom here, if you can see them. And he comes with 2 effects pieces that can go on the floor, so you can put them there and have him standing in the middle of them. As we'd expect, it comes with his morpher in an open position with the nice Tyrannosaurus coin in the middle, and then that just goes on top of one of his accessory hands, so you just slide that on the top like so, and then you can just position however you like. And here's like a half civilian Jason, so I just wanted to show him mid-morph without the shield and with the civilian head, so Doesn't really look a whole lot different to the original one when you sort of start putting older heads on it, but this is how I intend on displaying mine, and the Dragon Shield will go with the new Green Ranger that I've got. So taking a look at the Dragon Shield, so this does come off, and the armbands are also removable. So I've popped the head off and the hands just to make it a bit easier for myself. Now the armbands do slip over certain hands, but if you've got the morphing hand on there like this one, it's going to be a bit of a stretch. So I have just popped them off just to make it a little bit easier for myself. And these armbands do just slide down. And then at the back of the Dragon Shield, once you've removed the head, you can pop these little bits out of place. So I just push them in with my finger just to get rid of any extra stress on there. So can pop them off, and then the shield comes off quite nicely like so. So we've got our body and our shield. And on the back of the shield, you can see that it does have two little holes at the top and holes at the bottom. So the bottom ones are obviously to make it a bit bigger for the male bodies, and then the ones at the top, you make the straps a little bit shorter. So I've grabbed this, it's just a random one. So all we do is pop the head off, and then we can put the shield on a female body. So when you turn around, you can just push these up to the top. And then they just pop through the hole like so, and then our Dragon Shield is on. And then you get your head, stick your head back on. And it does look really nice, but it's a little bit wide for the females, but it doesn't actually look too bad. It looks better than I thought it was going to, in all honesty. Once you pose up your figure, and she's doing whatever she's doing, doesn't look too bad at all. And then to put it on a male mold, we just do exactly the same thing in reverse. So this is exactly the same as the red, obviously being green. So you could just push them up as far as you want it to go. I tend to go with the upper bicep, just so they sort of line up a bit better. And then you know that they're going to look even. So there's them. Then you pop your shield back on, just using the bottom holes. Pop the helmet back on, and there you go. So we now have our Dragon Shield Green Ranger, which looks absolutely beautiful. So my figure will be keeping this. So I did buy an extra green so he can wear this, and he'll be displaying like so on my shelf. And this definitely completes the figure. So for the green, this was just a no-brainer. I didn't need another Dragon Shield red. So to be able to complete this figure and having him look just 100% better, it's just amazing. So you can still see the white underneath. It looks really nice. And he just looks like the Green Ranger we probably should have had in the beginning. So taking a look at some comparisons for this figure. So these are the MMPR Red Rangers, the original ones, but they do have the updated helmets on. So these have got helmets from the Power Swap 2-pack on. And they are basically the same, but this one just looks like it's been a bit better painted. So the helmet looks a bit more glossy and the visor looks painted a bit better. But generally they are the same. Obviously you can see that the armbands on this one are molded on, and this one you can obviously remove. There's the obvious differences in like the color of the white and the red, stripes on the belt, and the difference in the look in the shields. And then looking at the original one, so you can just see, I just wanted to show this more than anything, the difference in the sword. So this one's obviously painted a bit better. It's got the gold on the handle. It's not just black. And it has got like the little green gems in there. And it is actually a bit of a darker silver. I don't know if the camera can show that, but this one does seem a bit darker than that one. Another one of the obvious comparisons is that this is a pinless figure. So it does have a lot better articulation. It does have the drop down hips and stuff. So this is definitely an upgrade for anybody that's looking to do that. And I just wanted to include some comparisons with the Green Ranger. So obviously you can see the difference in the shield. So this one definitely looks a bit more like the original footage from the show, and then this one points a bit more towards the American footage, but I definitely prefer the look of this one. I know it's a lot brighter and whatever, and it's a pain having to buy two figures, but this one just looks so much better than the original one. Now I never used to have an issue with the original one, but this definitely looks a lot better. And then just a little shot of them together so far. So I am just ready to put Kimberly into the collection, and she is here ready to be reviewed and unboxed. So if you want to see them all together, keep an eye out for my final review for the remastered collection of Kimberly. And these figures have definitely come along very, very nicely. And believe me, when you put them all together, they look absolutely amazing. Moving on to the final thoughts of this figure. So it is an absolutely beautiful figure, and it's a must-have for anybody that was unfortunate and missed out on the Jason 2-pack. The The dragon shield looks very, very nice. The bonus of having all the updated body mold and the extra paint applications on there, along with the removable shield and armbands, just make for a really, really nice updated figure. I would definitely recommend anybody that's looking to start their MMPR collection, start with the remastered rather than the old ones. These are definitely better value for money than some of the older ones that are going for silly money now. It's definitely unfortunate that this didn't come with a civilian head, and I can understand from a business point of view why they do that. You know, the shield and the armbands, although is very minimal material and paint and whatever, I would much rather have them done this than had no shield at all for the red or the green and have another head sculpt for Jason. I will be putting out the Pink Ranger review shortly, so it will be a couple of days and that'll be coming out. So if you do want to see that, please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and again, if you want to see more, please consider subscribing. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!